1, 2, 3, 4.
The following video may contain content parents may find unsuitable for children. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey everybody, it's Hunger again. Welcome to another Minecraft podcast, or a weekly podcast that just happens to include Minecraft, however you want to view it. This definitely isn't some weekly Minecraft Let's Play series. That would be silly. Nobody does that. But yeah, as usual, we're going to be doing some Sailor Moon pixel art while working on, maybe discussing some things, you know. So yeah, that's the plan in general. Alright, so yeah, last time I finished off this epic Sailor Moon Japanese logo. It's pretty freaking cool. Yeah, 1,420. Yeah. Let's make stuff. Alright. Okay. What is this over here? Oh, it's just a loading glitch. All right. It's just a loading error. No big deal. All right. So yeah. All right. Got to make sure I start making this facing the right direction. Open. Aha! So 1, 2, 3, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Yeah, it's not going to work so well. Alright, let's see. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. Alright. So I think I've got a... Let's check how many. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 40, 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 50, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 60, 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 71, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 9, 80, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we've got like 83 here. That is a lot. Okay, so it's way more than what we need for this. This is going to be rough. I can always add a little bit more. I don't think it's going to be enough to... it's going to be pretty bad. All right, let me get the color that we're going to start with. There it is. I've decided to begin with Crying Obsidian because I think it'll contrast really well here. Okay. Let's go ahead and throw down a few rows of Crying Obsidian just for funsies. I can always get rid of them later. Jump into the Griefers United channel on the Discord. Hello.
Alright.
Alrighty. You know, I really don't think we need the whole entire thing. I'll just go from out to there for now, and we can make it longer if we need to. Probably doesn't even need to be that long, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just do this. Let's do... Okay, so... Let's see, I need 1, 2, 3... How many squares is this? Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. And then 1, 2, 3. Back to putting that down. Alright. And this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then it's going to be 1, 2, and then 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So we may not need anything else past this point. Crap.
My God.
There we go. Mm. Hmm. There we go.
Huh.
Howdy.
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah.
Say hello, Apex. Oh, now you're quiet. There you go. Speak up.
Nice, pleasant cat vibes.
Right.
Hmm.
Well,
I'm tired. It's a very. I haven't slept yet.
Oh no!
ah,
But I did that glitch for item duplication in Scarlet and Violet.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, they
Yeah.
patched that, by the way.
yeah, they did.
So
I know they did.
Yeah, so you were doing it before you updated.
Oh, I made damn sure I did it before I updated.
Yeah.
But I got 300 fucking ability patches. I've sold about 100 of them so far, but every
Jeez.
one of my fucking shinies is fully built now.
Jeez.
Like, I'm gonna start working on like all my legendaries soon. Like, that's my next batch of 100.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what I'm gonna use the last 100 for. Maybe I might actually just like whatever I need them for. Maybe I'll just save them. Just look at them. They're pretty. I'm rich, bitches.
Oh man.
Aren't we all in game?
Yeah, but I've got like, what's his face? I've got billionaire money.
Yeah.
Mm. Billionaire.
Yeah, I was finally able to hit the money cap last week.
Oh my gosh. I just got that pun too.
I've
Like, jeez. That's so bad.
Yeah.
welcome, Slowpoke.
Yeah. You know.
So Clover is adding 4 new characters
Mm-hmm.
for the battle channel,
Mm-hmm.
and it's all of the frontier brains, I guess is what you would call them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So they're completely new.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is Imakuni, because of
Okay.
course it's going to be Imakuni.
Nice.
Right.
And what does he do? His is the rental teams one, I believe. The battle tower. We are doing a girl boss character,
Mm.
and what's kind of cool about that is like the design we have for, like, there's Bavi and there's like Kimmy, and they're cute.
Mm-hmm.
The new one's hot.
Yeah.
The new one's like in by comparison, like she's the hot one in the group. Like she's actually like,
Jeez.
Oh yeah, I bet.
but her name is I don't know if I'm allowed to give her name away. Her name is Gwyneth.
Oh.
Cool.
She is our tower tycoon.
The Tower Tycoon.
Power Tycoon, yeah.
Well, that's the same title as what's his face's dad in for
Mhm.
what's his name, Palmer, I want to say. And then we're adding we have a place we're calling like the Battle Dungeon,
Mhm.
and we don't have a design for that character yet, but we're trying to do like a dungeon master is what we're calling him. Like he's actually going to be like a dungeon master straight up. So
like a sex dungeon or like a game master like nerd
like a
D&D
like Dungeons
character.
and Dragons, like
Right.
Dungeons and Dragons
Dungeons and
dungeon
Dragons.
master.
Right.
I fucking
Like-
love dungeons.
But then the last one is Battle Casino, and it's just going to be a casino,
Yeah.
and it's run by the character I got to name, Pit Boss Chief Wampum.
Oh no.
Oh,
Jeez.
And his is the gamble, like you're gambling on your battles tent.
Mhm.
Like that's sort of the gimmick of that tent. But then the last one, there is no boss for, because that is the equivalent to the the Pokemon World Tournament for Clover,
Oh, okay.
where
oh,
you can fight all the fucking trainers all over again. Like every fucking trainer, like every major trainer in the game is there. And we've
Jeez.
gone through and made fucking walking sprites for like walking animations for every fucking trainer now,
Oh no.
just so that they could come out onto this thing similar to like
Wow.
just like they do in and it's not even just like the trainers like that you fought normally. Like some of the ones I've seen that we added to it, like Herbie is in there. Herbie's the fucking, like, nobody even knows who Herbie is. Herbie is the fucking professor that gives you your second set of starters,
Oh, okay, yeah.
yeah.
and you can fight him as a trainer
Jeez.
in the world tournament. Yeah, like there's so many, and like all the other ones, like all the scrapped
Mhm.
trainers, or all the scrapped like trainers that we had planned that we didn't actually get to use. They're all there now.
Huh.
That's nice.
But yeah,
Like, sorry,
you know,
I just kind of came in. And,
right. Yeah, it's funny, because you were talking about having one of the characters be a dungeon master. So I wrote a book recently, and I'm submitting it for a contest with the company J Novel Club.
Oh, nice.
So they are a company that normally takes Japanese novels and translates them into English.
oh,
But this contest was for English authors. Like, you know, the one of the rules is that the entries had to be submitted in English. Anyway, so basically, I submitted this story last month, and there's going to be several rounds of judging. So I won't know if I've cleared the first round of judging until like at least March, probably. You know, like I haven't gotten like an email back saying, you know, your story sucks, go home, or anything yet. So, but like I said, I don't know when I'm going to know anything as far as how far I might advance in this contest. But anyway, the reason I'm bringing it up is because the book is called The Adorable Dungeon Master. And it's an isekai story about a girl who basically she gets sent to another world as or she gets reincarnated in another world as her video game avatar from a game that she's playing, and the character in the game is a dungeon master, and she makes these little tower dungeons. So, but and she's cute. Like that's. But anyway. So the. But anyway, that's the. Yeah, like it just reminded me.
Oh yeah.
But
oh shit. Yes.
But yeah, basically the book primarily kind of focuses on her trying to adapt to this new world that she's in and the new role and powers that she's getting, because she's like getting powers that she didn't have in the game and stuff like that. So, you know, it's just, you know. And of course, she's like stupid OP compared to most of the stuff in that world. So there's a scene near the beginning of the book where she encounters a monster, and she uses her weakest spell on it and basically splatters it into teeny tiny bits. Like, and then she screams because she's covered in blood.
Nice.
Like she didn't scream when the monster was like charging at her. She screamed after she was covered in a rain of blood and gore.
That's kind of awesome.
But yeah, so yeah.
Man, I'm just picturing that in my head as she just shrieks in fear after being showered by
She's like
monster's blood.
Yeah, no, it's
like weakest spell.
Yeah, it's her weakest spell, and it's like a nature spell, and she fires the thing off, and it hits the monster, and it just splatters everywhere. Anyway, it's just but yeah, there's a. It's funny too because I keep like calling back to it after that. Like, when she fights other monsters, she's like either like throwing stuff at them from a distance, or like there's a there's a part right at the end of the book where she launches her strongest spell at it at like this huge enemy, and then like right before it hits, she's like, "Oh, wait a minute," and she just hurls herself backwards as far as she can because she doesn't want to be in the splash zone.
Jeez.
Like, but the thing is, it happened so fast that everybody thought that she got like caught up in the explosion and died or something. But yeah.
Yeah.
That's wonderful, though.
But yeah. But yeah, she was. But the thing is, like all the rest of the people there got caught in the splash zone, so she didn't want to tell them that she just hurled herself backwards to get out of the splash zone. Anyway, but yeah, it's pretty great. I think I'm gonna go ahead and bring in some other materials.
I don't know, it might be.
I'm gonna go ahead and start in on this part. So,
Hunger, did you see that Jim Carrey is coming out of retirement for Sonic 3?
oh
Yeah,
We all
man.
knew he was going to. We all knew it was going to happen.
man,
There-
I didn't
there was
realize
no
he
way
was
he was gonna
retiring
take
after the first two.
After the second movie, he flat out said he was like,
He's like,
It's like,
I'm
I'm done
retired.
with
I'm not
acting,
doing
unless
anything
they-
else.
Yeah.
yeah, he actually said something along the lines of, unless the script is written with gold ink.
Oh no!
Yeah,
God.
Sonic 3 was that golden movie.
Oh no!
That's what managed to do it. It wasn't the promise of a fat fucking paycheck because Sonic 2 did so goddamn well in theaters.
All right. Right. Jeez.
How the mighty have fallen. I agree, Hugo.
Yeah. I haven't thought much of Jim Carrey's work recently. Like, you know, like it's something where I haven't seen a lot of his more recent movies, so I can't like
Me neither.
say definitively that they're all bad or anything. I still need to see the
I will
Sonic
put it
movies
this way.
for crying, you know, like
The Sonic movies were his best work in recent years.
mhm.
And oh god, what was that other show? There was a show he did called Kidding for 2 years, and I swear to God, you should fucking watch it because it is fucking amazing.
Yeah. So
But other than that, yeah, I will kind of agree. You don't really have to watch his stuff. Like,
Right.
It's not.
the thing is, his breakout role was the Ace Ventura Pet Detective movie, and for that movie, he basically went in like he got the script, said, you know, the concept is there and everything, but all this dialogue sucks. Let me rewrite the entire movie. So,
Right?
so he literally basically rewrote the entire movie with himself and his own delivery in mind. And that movie ended up amazing. You know, he basically had the plot skeleton already. He just rewrote like most of the dialogue and everything. So, like I said, it turned out to be a really wonderful sort of movie. But then, like after that, you know, he delivered a absolutely stellar performance in The Mask, and then just kind of started phoning it in every time he was out there. Like, you know, like it really seemed like
what was it? Batman Returns.
yeah,
Yeah, that was.
he just
when
had
played the Riddler. That one was.
he had so many roles, and like I said, part of it was because he was trying to be like he did a lot of more serious roles, like, oh, I'm going to be taken seriously as an actor, and really tried to, you know, get those chops and everything. But like the people who were making these movies were still trying to market him as a comedy, you know. So like, you know, I talked about this on a stream a while back, talking about
Yeah, about
mismarketing
cable
things.
guy.
The Cable Guy, where they was
Yeah.
trying to market. They made the Cable Guy look. They made Cable Guy look like it was a comedy in the marketing. And it's like, there would have been people who went to see Jim Carrey, out of curiosity, in a thriller. But when you tell people they're getting a comedy, and then they come in and that's definitely not what they get, they're just gonna be mad. Like, like,
Yeah.
so like Cable Guy, like I said, it's not a bad movie for what it is, but they didn't market it for what it was. They marketed it as some sort of comedy, and it's like, no, that's not. There's funny moments in it for sure, but it is a more serious movie, So
All of Jim Carrey's earliest movies are him just trying to recreate the success of Fireman Jim or
Fire Marshal Bill or whatever.
Fire Marshal Bill.
Yeah. That that character was great. That whole like Jim Carrey on In Living Color was just wonderful. It's
Ace Ventura.
Yeah, Ace Ventura, man. Like Ace Ventura, like I said, the original Ace Ventura movie was not bad, and like I said, it was because Carrey really poured his heart and soul into that movie. He really did all that he could to make that movie a success, and it worked.
Right. Yeah.
But the second Ace Ventura movie was nothing to write home about. It was pretty terrible.
I haven't seen the second one.
Oh my gosh, yeah. It has moments. It has some moments, but the humor, it just isn't on the same level as the first one, and you can say that about a lot of sequels, that they don't live up to what the first one did, but yeah, Ace Ventura, When Nature Calls, that's the name of the sequel. Not great.
Right.
It's like I said, it's not what I would call like a for sure bad movie, but it's not like a great movie either.
What do you call it?
Shakaka.
Yeah, that was like a running gag. So like basically the plot for the second movie revolves around a bat, but the bat in the native people there's language, because it's like in Africa. But the word for bat in the natives' language is shikaka. so they keep referencing that, But yeah, it's just
What do you think they used for the guano?
The great white bat has great white guano. Oh man. And since they haven't done another Ace Ventura movie since then, one can only assume that means that at the end, when he was when they discovered that he had deflowered that princess, that they just caught him and killed him. So
Right.
so. But yeah. It's probably the kindest headcanon, really.
Mm-hmm.
God
God damn it.
I'm playing video game, and I think this is the first time I've ever seen the damage cap.
Don't you hate that?
Well, I never interact with any elemental weaknesses because all the mobs are kind of easy. But the few times it lines up, I just see number go way up, and it's a very big change.
Right.
What game are we referring to?
I'm playing Dark Cloud.
Oh, Dark
Oh,
Cloud! I remember that game.
This game is one of my favorites, and I found out recently that Yokai Watch is by the same guy. So, yeah. Really? Or same studio, at least. I don't know if this is the same team. Whatever. Yeah. Yeah, level 5 made fucking Dark Cloud.
Yeah. I've not played Dark Cloud in a while. I don't think I own a copy. Which is a crying shame. But I remember playing the shit out of it back in the day, so probably my brother had a copy of it. And, you know.
Well, if not, keep me posted. I would be willing to loan. This is a lovely game.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't... I don't know if I want to be, like... I don't know if I want to borrow it. I'm not saying I can't be trusted or anything, but I just, I would hate for it to get lost in the mail or something, and then,
True.
There's that old saying, you never a borrower or a lender be, so,
I have played it several times, and I do hear PS2 emulators are getting pretty good, so I'm not particularly worried about it being lost.
Right. But yeah, so it's one of those things where hopefully I'll be able to play it at some point, but I probably won't be playing PS2 games anytime in the near future. So that could be that's something for that could be something that we can kick down the road. But there's a couple of games on the PlayStation and PlayStation 2 that I absolutely loved the hell out of that I do not have a copy of because they were my brother's games. And he got rid of all his crap because I checked. He's like, "Oh, I got rid of all my old stuff." I'm like, "Damn it!" Because he had some games that were back then that are pretty rare now, and I'm like, man, if you were getting rid of them, you could have dropped me a line, being like, hey, hey, I don't need these games in my house anymore. I got kids, and I was like, I'll take them. Don't worry. But he probably sold them and made a lot of money. But it's still, I just. But yeah, because he had games like Thousand Arms and Chrono Trigger and the PlayStation version of Chrono Trigger. He had that. But yeah, stuff that is hard to find now. Anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, they need to hurry up with the remake train. Just keep that remake train going. Remake some of these classics. Level 5 could make bank remaking Dark Cloud. Come on. Yeah.
Dark Cloud remake would be.
There's so much fucking potential to this game that
they could do a brand new Dark Cloud game and then just do a remake with the same engine. And put pack it in there and charge like $100 for it. People would do it.
Good.
I
wish.
It might sound like a big ask, but Dark Cloud though.
Dark Cloud though.
Yeah, that game. That game fucking good. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I have run into a bit of an issue, though. Ruby only has fire and ice element damage right now, and they keep gatekeeping me with wind gates, and I don't know where to get wind.
Alright, well first you gotta eat the beans, and then turn around. No, I'm just kidding. I was watching a Neil deGrasse Tyson video where he was basically debunking certain conspiracy theories and whatnot, and it was called He Debunks Conspiracy Theories, but he spent a lot of time like debunking just like random like hoax type deals. Like he was talking about like Swami levitation photos, like photos of these so-called enlightened Swami characters like levitating, and he's like I did find a way of making this work, and basically you just have to eat about 10,000 pounds of beans, and then
lift off.
I see where this is going.
he's like, and then store all that gas.
Yeah, I see where
And
this
then,
is going.
like, and he was talking about how, and then like he used that as like a transition into moon landing, because he was talking about like the rocket theory and the rocket equation, everything. Like he says, like the equation that you use for the liftoff that a rocket generates, but
So instead of rocking fuel, we were rocking in gas.
yeah, he's like that's basically all a rocket's doing is just. But yeah, it was pretty great. But basically, when he was doing his moon landing conspiracy theory debunking, he was mostly concentrating on just like, hey, you can just look at the math and do the equation on how much fuel it takes to get the rocket to the moon, and you'll realize that they had enough. It's like, I mean, a lot of these moon conspiracy people
I
think
don't
it
know
was
if
for
math
other
is-
reasons besides, like the guy who first propagated the theory, right? He claimed to be like an industry insider, but he had just like written an article about NASA for a magazine once or something. Like he wasn't like any kind of industry insider at all. Like he didn't work for NASA or anything. So but like
I don't know what you mean, the guy.
yeah. But yeah, there was a guy who he first started these moon landing conspiracy theories back. Like he wrote a book, about the first moon landing being faked, and basically in the book he claimed that that they hadn't really gone to the moon, that the astronauts were in Vegas the whole time, and like and they were having lunch with hookers or showgirls or whatever, and like he had this whole elaborate story about what they were doing, and instead of being in orbit or and then like years later he published another book where he basically changed the whole story and said that, oh, they did go into space, but they were just in orbit. They never actually landed on the moon. They just filmed everything in a studio and all this other crap. And it's like,
Like you fake everything.
Yeah,
you
dude could not keep that story straight for nothing.
Right.
He just could not do it.
Are all a bunch of fib makers.
But yeah, just it was funny.
Yeah.
But yeah,
No.
just the. But yeah, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2,
Here we go.
yeah, okay. There we go. But yeah, it was just kind of funny that this guy couldn't even keep his story straight for like he's claiming to be the guy with all the answers, but he keeps changing the story. So it's like, what is, well, which is it then? Do you have the answers, or are you just spitballing and making shit up?
He has like a 5-year window to change his mind. He's good.
Yeah, like Neil deGrasse Tyson, the way he described conspiracy theories, he said the very term conspiracy theory is a tacit admission by the person who is disseminating the information that they don't have enough evidence to make their point.
Yeah.
So So he said basically anytime somebody comes at you with a conspiracy theory, just shut them down by saying you don't have enough evidence. Come back to me when you have more facts. Like
yeah.
like he's like no conversation about conspiracy theories should last longer than like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Nope.
It's like, man, that's pretty wild.
Is that how it should always be?
Yeah, I guess when you're Neil deGrasse Tyson, it is like, But yeah.
Hey, Hunger.
What's up?
Would completely unrelated to the previous topic, but would Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy be considered an isekai?
I haven't actually seen or read it.
Good question.
You haven't?
No, I know the basic premise of what it's about. Like basically the guy gets picked up like before Earth gets like annihilated or whatever, and taken off to various points in the universe. And I even know some of the tropes from it, like the Babel fish, and like I'm pretty sure that was Hitchhiker's Guide, right? Anyway, but
when I was in high school, I was trying to explain the plot of the story to my class, and they were all looking at me stupid. So my teacher let me pull out the book and actually read an excerpt, and I chose the excerpt on the usefulness of a towel.
Oh man,
the usefulness of a towel.
Jeez, don't forget to bring a towel.
Right.
But yeah, the whole bit about the Babel fish and making God disappear in a puff of logic and
puff of logic, yeah.
That whole thing, jeez.
That's
it's like, and then God just disappears in a puff of logic. how you could how the existence of the Babel fish proves that God isn't real or whatever. It's just like, what? Evil Knievel couldn't make that leap.
It's like God can't handle the power of politics either.
Oh man, yeah, no, it was funny though. Like, because I remember seeing that clip from it, where it was they were discussing the Babel fish.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm pretty sure that was Hitchhiker's Guide, right?
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
Or the potted plant that's falling from the sky, and all he can think is he's falling to his doom. It's not again.
Oh no. Jeez.
They don't ever explain that.
But yeah, so technically the term isekai means other world, or so
yeah.
So it's something where the term, as it applies to the genre, means a story where the protagonist travels to another world. And
so does outer space count?
Pretty much. Like, it's something where if you're like traveling to outer space, you're not necessarily traveling to another world, you're just in space. But if you actually land on another planet and go exploring there, then yeah, that's an isekai. Like,
Oh yeah, he's definitely goes to other worlds.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah, that's basically just the bare minimum that you need to meet to get to the genre. Doctor Who qualifies as an isekai because he takes the companion.
He just keeps picking up random strangers and saying, "Hey, you want to travel through time with me?"
Yeah, and they go to other worlds and they hang out, and like the time travel part doesn't necessarily meet the prerequisite.
But the But the other world's bit.
The other world bit fits the criteria because time travel, if time travel was a qualification, then Back to the Future would be an isekai, and that's not correct. He's not going to another world; he's just going back to the 1980s or whatever. So,
he's going back to the future.
So, anyway, but yeah, so like I said, it's something where the time travel thing. Because, like, somebody was trying to say Inuyasha was an isekai, and it's like, no, she's traveling to the feudal era of Japan, and it's a little different than the feudal era that's written about in the history books, but it's in that story, it's meant to still be the canon, Warring States era or whatever, so yeah, it's a different.
I'm trying to think. Were there any other?
There's also a sort of subcategory in the isekai genre called the reverse isekai. Reverse isekai is somebody from another world coming to our world. So it's still like the fish out of water story, but it's primarily about a character from another world dealing with our world. So like that would be a story like Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, for example. That would be a reverse isekai. Because all these dragons from another world. Sailor Moon.
I'm mostly joking. Well, I know it's kind of a different ball game.
Sailor Moon, technically, you could call it a reverse isekai. I mean, basically, she lived on the moon, which is technically, there was technically another world there. She died and got reincarnated here, so so it's technically a reverse isekai. Although that it's not like explained that way at the beginning.
Yeah, but it's not really a fish out of water situation.
Because she's she didn't realize that she had a past life until later on. So so yeah, it doesn't have.
She was told by her cat.
It's something where she actually it depends. It varies a little bit, but yeah, basically she gets her memories back after a while. I think she actually visits the moon before she gets all of her memories back completely. But yeah, so. But yeah, no.
So wait.
Good.
So that would mean then that since Goku comes from planet Vegeta.
Yeah. Yep. It's technically.
Now we're just stretching the rules here.
Well, the funny thing is there's actually there's because the thing is the world of Dragon Ball isn't exactly like our world either. So it's technically supposed to be Earth, but like it has this bizarre thing where it's like it's supposed to be like in the year 900, but there's all this technology and also dinosaurs, like so the timelines are all just mashed together in a blender, and it's just like so yeah, compared to our world, it's very bizarre. But there actually is an isekai story called That Time I Got Reincarnated as Yamcha. It's a one-shot Dragon Ball manga.
Oh yeah, of course it is.
But it was done by a fan. It wasn't done by Toriyama. But it actually got like officially licensed and published and everything by Shueisha. So but yeah.
Like he wakes up and he's suddenly Yamcha, and it's that moment right before he gets hit by the fucking Cyberman.
It kind of is actually that's kind of actually the plot. It's pretty great, I haven't actually read the thing, but just the concept was just so freaking amazing. So, yeah.
That's great.
But yeah, because like from what I understand, like for as far as the parts of the Dragon Ball Z story that it covers, that's like basically the main gist of it. And then like there's another guy who got reincarnated as Chaozu, and like the two of them fight or something. Anyway.
Oh god.
But yeah. So it's a thing. But
yeah, I feel bad for the Z fighters. It's like Krillin's their best fighter. That like from Earth.
Yeah, you know, like I don't know, like it's something where you could make the argument for Tien Han, but he's like, you know, he's not in
There's
every single thing, so it's kind of, you know.
I mean, he has the Flash. It's
yeah,
like,
well, like the thing is, if you look at like the Cell Saga, for example, Krillin just gets bodied by Cell like repeatedly throughout that entire arc, and Tenshin Han, while he can't like kill Cell or beat him down or anything, he is able to stall him for quite a while. You know,
yeah.
And granted, every single Kikyo-ho that he used against Cell was reducing his lifespan. You know. Still not a terrible showing, you know. So just oh, did I go too far down with this? Hang on. Oh, I did, because hang on. Eh. I forgot I had
I finally decided to go back to working on this tree.
to... My new rival, this tree. Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, because like, you know, people, like a lot of people try to say that Sword Art Online is an isekai, and it's like, no, it's not. It's Let's Play. They're playing a fucking video game.
Not even close to an isekai.
It's like they're playing a video game. They know they're playing a video game. There's not even a moment of confusion where they think that they might be in another world. They're just playing a fucking video game the whole time. Like,
Yep, nope.
Like, there is no other world happening there. Like,
Nope.
Like, there's a couple of isekai stories that kind of walk a really fine line between genres. Like, you know, like they're technically not isekai because, oh, it turns out it's because there's a twist at the end and it's a virtual simulation or whatever, you know. But like, but you don't know that going in. So like, you know, the protagonist assumes they're in another world until proven otherwise, you know. Like,
Right.
you know. So like I said, I feel like those are kind of in a gray area, where they're not technically isekai, but also not really not, you know. So okay, got the moon done. Moon.
The moon.
Technically, Excel Saga.
Yeah.
Excel Saga is an isekai anime.
Technically, you know,
because she gets hit by a car at the very first episode. Or she gets hit by the bus, the isekai bus, isekai van, whatever it's called. Very first episode. Yeah, the very first episode.
Yeah.
And then she wakes up in Il Palazzo's headquarters. I liked Excel Saga. I don't know. I thought it was stupid, but I loved it.
Right. I messed this up somehow. Hang on. Okay. Oh. Okay, this needed to be... Okay. Yeah, I just messed that up. Okay. Alright, that's fixed now, though. Alright, anyway. But yeah, yeah, it's one of those things where Excel Saga made a point, the anime at least, made a point of doing a different genre every episode. So, so yeah.
That's what I loved about it. And then you watch or you read the actual manga and stuff, and it plays it straight the whole way through. And then you go back and watch the show, and you realize like that was the show's gimmick the whole time. Like,
Right.
But I loved it. I loved like it. I think Excel Saga was the only fucking show like that I've read both. Like I've seen the show and read the manga. Like I don't normally do that with a lot of them, but that was one of the ones I got to be a big fan of.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, I just thought the story was so outlandish that I just had to know more about it.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of anime where the anime is either wildly different or just doesn't do the manga justice, so it's worth reading both. You know, so like,
I feel like with Excel Saga, it's kind of a treat to know both because you're getting the same story, it's just told very different. And I love that it's so like it's so very different, but it's the same story. But that's why like they just do it so well in the show, and making it like it's like you've already read the manga, so you might as well, you know, they might as well change shit up. Like that's kind of how they felt about it. And I respect them for that.
Right, a lot of anime do that. And on one hand, if you're a manga reader, it can sometimes be nice, but huge but. 99.9% of the time, when they make those types of changes, the writers are not equal to that task of providing equally entertaining material.
Yeah, like when like when they finished or they started making more, or when they started getting ahead with what was it? Fucking Full Metal Alchemist. They started getting ahead with the anime ahead of the manga, and so they had to go back and make an entire new series that actually followed the manga closer.
So with Full Metal Alchemist, when they did the original anime, the manga wasn't finished. They knew it wasn't going to be finished by the time they started production on the anime, and so they made a conscious decision from the beginning of that first anime to change the story around. That's why the little details like Tucker not dying near the beginning are in there and stuff like that, because they planned it out in advance and planned for a completely different story from the get-go. You know, so that's one of the reasons. And it was really well written. Don't get me wrong, but to me, once you know the actual manga story, you realize that narrative, as good as it was at the time, does not hold a candle to the manga version. It just doesn't. The manga
it's
version,
like the
just, you know, way better.
See, because the way I think of it is, it's gonna be like when the next writer takes over for George R.R. Martin and finishes his series for him that he doesn't finish before passing away. He's gonna finish out all of those books, and then I don't know, HBO or somebody's gonna come along and they're gonna remake the Game of Thrones series using the new storyline and be like, we know you guys were disappointed with the ending last time, so we changed that fucking ending.
Right. But yeah, it's just something where when you talk about, like, Game of Thrones and things like that, like I said, it's kind of similar where, when you try to, sort of manufacture an ending for something that isn't supposed to end there, it ends up feeling a little off. But like I said, I feel like they made a really valiant effort with the first Full Metal Alchemist anime. I'm not saying that it's bad by any stretch of the imagination.
I liked it.
I liked it at the time too, but I read the manga and I was like, oh, this is way better.
Oh no, mine was I saw the second series.
Yeah, so
and I was like, oh, this. They just do the story better.
Right. So
Full
Metal
there's a couple
Alchemist,
things I do. Go ahead.
My big gripe with Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood was the fact that they looked at they basically said that because there were certain parts of the original series that perfectly matched canon and should have been in there, but they were like, we already animated this, we're not going to do it again. Just go back and watch those episodes. Give you that. Again,
I will give you that.
And I feel like that they need to do like a definitive edit that just has the content from the original that you still need, and then the content for Brotherhood. Maybe cut out that filler episode at the beginning of Brotherhood that they put in there.
Yeah, because it's like what it is, like the first 12 episodes or something. I tell people it's like you can, if you're watching Full Metal Alchemist. The original series, it cuts off right about here, and then Brotherhood does about the same thing here, and these are where the shows diverge.
Yeah, because basically, you can watch the Usewell episode, the Usewell part, and then the Lior part, and the part where he's on the train. I think
it's right when he gets on the train. It's when shit changes, I believe.
Yeah, and then
that's when it feels like everything gets different.
Yeah, and then basically, you because the way that they handled Shao Tucker in the first one is completely different from the way the manga did it and the way the Brotherhood does it. So,
oh yeah, that fucker needed to go though. He needed to go.
Right, the way that they handled everything was just because some of the big plot points are just completely different between the two, and
Shao Tucker episode was done better in the original, though. I will say that. It was just more. It was more horrific, and you didn't see it coming.
Yeah, but yeah, the person the person who killed Winry's parents, for example, they completely changed that for the first anime, So,
yeah, wasn't it Scar by accident or something?
Yeah,
he went on a rampage, or
yeah, I think it was Scar in one of them, and then it was Roy in the other one. Anyway, so yeah, just stuff like that, where it's just whoa.
It's sometimes when I think about the show, though, I will be honest, because I've seen both of them, it's hard to remember which show did what.
Right? Yeah.
It's it's kind of the unfortunate thing of being of the shows being so similar to one another. Even art styles and everything are the same.
Mm-hmm.
But I do love the show, though. I like both of the shows. It's just I feel overall, I feel like Brotherhood wraps it up better. I feel like the original one does certain story bits it does certain story bits more in depth and just gives it a more personal feeling. I really do love the Shao Tucker episode from the original show. I will never forget that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the original Brotherhood, though, it did feel for the first, I want to say 12 episodes or something. I don't remember the exact number, but it's around there. It just felt like they were retreading like the old territory. Like they didn't they didn't put their heart in it, I guess, like because they knew they were already they've already done these episodes, so they didn't feel as impactful. Like I guess is the best way to put it. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
So I will ask the second, stupid question I had for the night. Have you ever looked at an ice cube tray and seen that one ice cube that sticks out like a fucking PS1 era puzzle?
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about, right?
Right. Basically, yeah. As the water expands, like some of the ice cubes will kind of pop up a little bit out of the tray sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I might know.
Dude, we were playing. Me and Goatman, we were playing Resident Evil 5 the other day, and I don't know how, but Resident Evil 4 somehow managed to age like graphically better than RE5 did. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, there's just, it just feels weird in parts. Like, I don't know, like the animation feels jankier. Like, I think it's because they were trying to do the whole, like they were trying to make 5 more of an action movie sort of feel, and whereas 4 was meant to be, it was still survival horror, and so the camera and the shading. Like the lighting still kind of felt dark and moody, whereas in 5 everything is brighter, and it makes it shows you, like, I guess it would be like if they lit up the Yoda puppet, like you actually got to see where the hand was put.
Yeah.
Like it was like when I was playing, because I beat FF9 the other day, and I'm playing the ending of it, and you know that scene where
it's a cut scene and you're basically playing through it.
Well, there's that scene where Zidane is like running on the vines and shit at the very end.
Yeah, it's basically like an FMV in the background, and then you're running in front of it, you know.
And you look at it in high def, and you can't not see a green screen. Yeah. Like it has that effect. It
has that feel, yeah. Like there were like I remember seeing that in a couple of the early PS2 Squeenix games, where like Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy X, where it looked like they were in front of like a blue screen. A couple of times, like they had like a border around them almost that like, you know, the aliasing couldn't quite get rid of the blue screen, so like,
yeah,
you know, like that effect. That was it kind of immersion breaking in places, honestly. But yeah,
like I'm trying to go and save Kuja's stupid ass, and I just can't get past this, and I'm like,
right.
I love this game. This looks stupid,
right? Yeah, well, and that's the thing with that game is it was done right near the end of the PlayStation's life cycle, like the PS1's life cycle.
It was. I can't fault it too much because it was made 24 years ago.
Right. But they were basically playing with a new toy there. They were experimenting with something that
it looked great at the time. But it definitely shows its age now, and that's kind of why I'm hoping that the FF9 remake that they're eventually going to fuck up. I'm hoping they don't fuck it up. I'm hoping they don't fuck it up to the point where it's a completely different game, like a la the 7 remake.
Yeah, I hope that they've learned their lesson because the thing is, they did the Mario RPG remake and it was good. So I have hope.
What was it they said though? There was a news article that came out the other day that said that if they were gonna remake fucking Final Fantasy VI, it would take them 20 goddamn years. And it's like, but I can already play Final Fantasy VI,
right? Just
because
it's not that complicated. Just make the same game again, but make it prettier. Like that's all anybody wants. Nobody's asking you to reinvent the goddamn wheel here. Like.
Nobody wants to spend 20 fucking days in Narsh.
Yeah, here's my take. Like, I feel that that since they acquired, since Square and Enix merged, right? There are some suits in the ivory towers up there that think that they only need one major RPG franchise, and so they're trying desperately to turn Final Fantasy into something it's not. Like, they want Final Fantasy to be like an action, franchise that'll cater to people who like to play Halo and Fortnite and all this other crap. I think,
and you know what I think fucked him on that? I think what fucked him on that was realizing that the Kingdom Hearts games were, since those were more action RPGs, that started to get them into the mindset that they needed to make all of their games like that, because I mean, the Kingdom Hearts games were really fucking successful for Square Enix.
Right, but the thing is,
especially coming off of especially coming off of what was it? Final Fantasy Spirits Within and shit like that, because that movie was a flop for them.
Right. But the thing is, we know that you can tell that that's not the case because Siege keeps trying to kept trying to sell me on the idea that they just don't think RPGs are profitable anymore. That's why they're going in a different direction. It's like, no, that's not the case, because if they really didn't think RPGs weren't profitable, they wouldn't be making games like Octopath Traveler, Bravely Default, Dragon Quest.
They still make RPGs.
They still make RPGs. Yeah, they still make them regularly. I think that they are trying to change.
They just want Final Fantasy to not be an RPG.
Yeah, they want Final Fantasy to be something else, because they want to have Final Fantasy as a top earning game in one franchise and Dragon Quest in another. And for some reason, they thought it would be the best to keep Dragon Quest as the RPG franchise. And from a Japanese perspective, I guess that makes sense, because Japanese fans a lot of them get way more into Dragon Quest than they do into Final Fantasy. But here in the States, I'd say the reverse is true. Despite the fact that Dragon Quest has Akira Toriyama doing art for it, a lot of the Dragon Quest games, for one, Dragon Quest games were a lot harder than early Final Fantasy games. Early Dragon Quest games were brutal compared to some of the early Final Fantasy games that we got over here.
They didn't have a Peninsula of Power.
Yeah, well, remember in Final Fantasy, the original one, where it had that thing where if you targeted a monster and they died, and then another character targeted that monster, they would just miss instead of auto targeting the next monster. Dragon Quest has that mechanic, but they have groups of enemies within the same battle. So, you target a group of enemies, and then if everything in that group dies, then you just miss. Everybody else who targeted that group misses. So it's like the same mechanic, but a little more forgiving, but also not. And it's in every freaking Dragon Quest game almost. They never got rid of it. So. You know. So yeah, it's just sort of a thing. But yeah.
Yeah, I think you can auto target as early as like I want to say Final Fantasy 3 for the NES.
and there was a bunch of Final Fantasy like when they remade those early games. A lot of those games had neat mechanics like auto targeting and magic points instituted instead of the original spell system. And things, you know, like so. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, even my Final Fantasy ROM hack of 1, even that one has auto targeting now.
Right. But
because it's a necessity at this point in those games.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just something where Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest both kind of started very similar, but evolved in very different directions. And I feel that you know, they coexisted long enough as RPG franchises, but now that they're within the same company, the company seems to feel that Final Fantasy needs to be something vastly different than Dragon Quest for some reason, even though they keep making art like, you know, like I feel like Bravely Default is just what all the Final Fantasy games that they should have published over the last few years should have looked like. Because Bravely Default basically is like, yeah, we're a Final Fantasy game, except not really. You know, like basically every Bravely Default is just like, yeah, we're a Final Fantasy game, but not really. Shh, you know, like, you know, that's basically
they're the secret Final Fantasy sequels we didn't get from Final Fantasy.
Yeah, like they're like, oh yeah, we know you hated Final Fantasy 13. Here's this. You know, oh we know.
Because what Bravely Default did was they basically took that fucking engine that we made for Final Fantasy 3 and 4DS, and they were like, well, let's just keep running with that.
Yeah. like, but then they added some new mechanics to it and made a...
Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely. But, I mean, basically, though, that was where it got its start, was they saw that those games specifically were doing, like, successful, and they were like, well, let's build another game off of this engine.
Right. But the thing is...
where Bravely Default.
Yeah, but the thing is, they refuse to learn. Like, they refuse... Like, because... The thing is, those remakes of games where, what did they do? Oh, yeah, they just took the same game and made it prettier. That's all they did. So, like with Final Fantasy 3, they added a plot and, like, you know, actual characters to it. But with Final Fantasy 4, they just took the same game and made it prettier. And what do you know? It sold really well. So imagine... if they would just, I don't know, take a game like Final Fantasy VII, which was one of their best-selling Final Fantasy games, and just, you know, took the same game and made it prettier. Like, that's all anybody was asking for. Yeah.
There's a crazy rumor going around right now that the plan is that they're going to release this Final Fantasy remake, or the 7 remake, in 3 parts.
Yeah,
and after the
first
third
part is remake, the second part is rebirth, and then, you know...
But after the third part, they're basically, since all the assets are there and everything's been remade, they're basically just going to re-release or remake Final Fantasy VII as like a fourth one. Now, keep in mind, this is a crazy fucking like rumor that's going around in like the more schizo circles, I guess. But you know, but I mean, if the assets are already there, if they already have everything ready to go, why the fuck not? Why not just use them and make the game that people want you to make?
Right, and for the record, if they make that, I will buy it. Like, I will find a way to play it. Like, you know, I don't know what system it'll be on, but you know,
PS7.
Yeah, right. I will, you know, I will find some way of playing it. Like, you know, because the thing is, since Final Fantasy VII, most Final Fantasy games have gotten onto PC at some point. So, you know, even if I don't, you know, go out and buy a freaking, you know, PlayStation 7 or whatever, I will find a way, you know, because I want to reward them somehow for doing what people want. So, you know. But like I said, you know, like this most recent remake that they did, Super Mario RPG, I'm just saying, they, you know, they just took the original game, made it prettier, and then all the changes that they made were basically upgrades. Like, they didn't do anything, like, overtly stupid. You know? Like, you know, there wasn't, like, anything where I was just like, really? Why'd they change that? You know, like, there were a couple of jokes from the original localization that got changed. Other than that, it's pretty much intact. You know? And when I say jokes from the original localization that got changed, there was a Bruce Lee reference that got thrown out, and like a couple other things, like yeah. But you know, and then they changed, and then of course they changed some names, like, you know, Frog Fuchsius is just called the Frog Sage instead of, you know.
Aww.
But
the frog.
That's disappointing, actually.
Yeah, like a lot of people were a little upset about that. But like I said, the decision to call him Frog Fuchsius was based on the original, wasn't from the original canon game. It was based on the original localization team. So it's just, you know. But yeah, so, you know, I tend to be a little more of a purist when it comes to translation, and I get mad when they translate something too far away from what it's supposed to be. So, you know, I personally wasn't bothered by it, but I know a lot of people were like, "Oh, they got rid of the Frog Fuchsius name. That's terrible," you know. But like,
there's a couple that. There's a couple.
Some of the new names, though, were fucking priceless, though. Like, I will take that Frog Fuchsius change any day if we get monsters with names like Please No.
Please No. Oh, yeah.
That fucking treasure chest monster that was called Please No.
Yeah, I remember that.
I died! It was so funny. Like, I laughed so hard at that.
I even went back to watch that reaction to Please No.
Because yeah, like we get into this fight with this mimic, this treasure chest monster, and his name is literally just Please No.
Yeah.
Speaking of awesome names, one of the characters in Power World is named Thwack.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw you talk about that in the Discord earlier.
Yeah.
It is the best name ever. Thwack.
Thwack.
Like, that's a name that we should have used in Clover, I feel. Like, that would have been perfect.
Yeah.
It does sound very Cloverish.
You could just do a new mon, and it would just be Tinkaton, but instead of having a hammer, it would have just a giant paper fan.
Yeah.
You know, like those paper fans that they hit each other with in anime. Just give it one of those. Just call it Thwack.
Okay, the Bogley tree is finally done.
Ooh, dang. Okay, well, I just finished the English logo over here, and Christ, it's tiny.
Yeah. Took less time for me to make the tree thanks to the power of God.
Yeah. But yeah, a lot of people that spread conspiracy theories around the internet. There's basically like two categories of them. People who are spreading these theories because they earnestly believe them, and they feel like they're part of the solution. They're trying to. They feel like they're trying to bring the truth to the people and solve a problem, right? They think they're helping, right? And then there's the people who don't believe a word they're freaking saying, and they just want to sell you something, you know? Like, they want you to buy their freaking stupid, you know, doomsday prepper supplies, and, you know, and help them keep the lights on, you know? So, you know, those people, you know. Or they want you to vote for someone. That's yeah. They're all in that second category. The people who want to sell you something, the people who want you to vote for someone. They're all in the same category. They're just trying to exploit people's irrational fears and you know, ill-conceived conspiracy theories for political or financial gain. You know.
God, I love political and financial gain.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it's just
it
the
makes
best.
Me feel so fulfilled and happy.
Man, if only I could have some political and financial gain right now. I just, you know,
Right?
God. Anyway. Problem is, I don't have a lot of space left.
Yeah.
Let's try to think of what to do here, and I'm just like, I don't have a lot of space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
I will say though that that's a kick-ass logo.
12, 13.
You still have the 2 cats.
17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. So basically, I'm trying to figure out if because I have a pixel art of Luna, at least her face, and I was trying to figure out how big, how much space I have left to work with here. So. All right. Okay, so this is, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Okay.
50, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, yeah, so that's going to take 50. That's going to be 54 tall, so that's too big.
Darn.
So let's see. Okay. Alright, let me do this. Let's see here. I have a plan. Okay. Okay, so let's see. This should be... Okay, from the...
If all else fails.
To the highest. Let's see. 1, 2...
If all else... Sorry.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, I should be able to do this one.
Okay, because I was going to say, if all else fails, just make a generic black cat, put a yellow C on his forehead.
Yeah. Okay, so... I think this should fit, so... I'm gonna go ahead and try it.
It is very late. I can feel my brain starting to shut down.
My brain! Ah!
My short-circuiting brain, it's beginning to rot.
Well, I think I'm gonna call it a night, though.
Okay.
I'm about to fall asleep.
Okay.
Like I'm falling asleep on stream, and I'm not trying to.
I feel asleep.
But,
Have a grand
I feel asleep.
Yeah.
All right, well, you guys have a good night.
All right,
Right.
you too.
You too.
Right.
Yeah. Ugh.
I feel asleep. That's still such a good line. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
The people who wrote the dialogue for that, oh my gosh. Legends.
Yeah.
Oh, what color to put in the background on this, though? I'm thinking a nice blue. We'll just do that. Do 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 do. Oh man. Oh man.
Ooh, you were talking about needing more space earlier. That is a problem I was having, and the pocket upgrade was in the fucking church, so I'm glad I happened to walk in. I'm like, oh yeah, holy, it's a church. They're so clever, and then it goes pocket, and I go, what do you fucking mean?
Jeez.
Alright. I will probably not remember that.
Hot Pocket!
Yum. I was a ham and cheese hot pocketer myself.
Reminds me, I think it was Ralphie May who had the idea of sending like murderers and like hardened criminals over to like fight the war in the Middle East, you know. And he's like just like give him a bunch of guns and just drop them over there, and then like every time they kill one of the enemy combatants, like have a drone drop a hot pocket.
That's
He was talking about you like having a bunch of like fat gang members just hanging out in the Middle East, going, "Man, I don't think I could eat any more hot pockets." Oh man. Oh man.
I see no possible reason to have more than 2 antidotes. I got a good drop. I got the bandit slingshot early, so I actually have like things in my inventory. Fucking nutty. Well, these guys had drop chances programmed for like a grand total of 2 items that are rare chances to drop.
Okay.
I wonder if this game is popular enough to have charts for that kind of thing. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's see. 1, 2. Okay. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's see. Okay, so let's see. 1, 2. Nope. There we go. Okay, let's see. So 1, 2, 3. 2. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, that's it for that color. Until the other end. There we But we'll get there when we get there. All right, so.
Right.
You know, it's legit kind of amazing that they don't have, like silver in the game.
Yeah, like actual silver.
Like actual silver, yeah. Like they have
iron.
Iron, you know, which is it's about as close as they're gonna get.
Yeah.
Bless you.
Thank you. Oh. Bruh. Let's see. I'm not going to use a clay block because those like dry out, so. Let's just get a light gray concrete. Let's do that. Okay. That might be too dark. Oh. Oh man. Let's see. Let me light gray concrete powder instead. It's a little lighter, a little less harsh. Okay, so let's go in here. Then stop that. Alright, let's see. White concrete powder. Uh,
Yeah, I like the idea of having like an actual health bar for my weapon that's visible to me way more than just, oh, use it until it breaks, dumbass.
right? Unlike some games.
Yeah, I would like to see that a bit more often.
Mhm. Oh man. I ended up watching the anime for Love After World Domination.
Nice.
Oh man. I really like the way that they did that one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've seen it, but basically the plot is that the main character is he's the leader of a Super Sentai team called Gelato 5.
Base.
Right? And basically they are fighting against the evil secret society Gecko, which is trying to take over the world. Right? And
car insurance guys, man.
Right. So anyway, but basically the crux of the crux of the whole series is that he falls in love with the leader, or well, not the leader. She's like the sub commander of one of Gecko's battle squads, and her name is Shinigami Princess. Yeah. And her battle outfit like has her like wearing like basically like a bikini bottom and like like a mask with like a skull on it and like all this other stuff. Anyway, but yeah, he falls in love with her like pretty much at first sight, and he ends up confessing to her. and they start dating behind their respective groups' backs. Oh man, it's glorious. Just the absolute hijinks that they get up to trying to hide it, and you know, just it's just masterfully done. Like they did such a good job with it. But yeah, like just
Sounds wonderful.
Yeah, no, the basically he cause like what sets the whole thing off, right, is like they like the Gelato 5 team, like they have like this professor who's like the the guy running the whole operation, basically, like he's making all the gadgets and whatnot, and the main character, he's like kind of, you know, like he's, like I said, he's realized that he's got a crush on this on the you know, Shinigami Princess character, and he's like, oh man, I need to, and you know, and he basically comes to the doctor for advice, or the professor or whatever for advice, and he's like you should confess to her, you know. And he's like, are you sure? And he's like, but he doesn't tell him who it is. He just tells him that he's got somebody that he's got a crush on, you know. And he's like, are you sure? And he's like, yes, absolutely. He's like, but what if the public finds out? And he's like, don't worry about it, I'll take full responsibility. And he's
no.
And he's like, okay. You know, so, it's just, you know, because he's kind of a muscle brain idiot. And
He's all up wrong, no brain.
Right. So, like, he's constantly like working out and drinking protein shakes and shit. Like, you know. So yeah, it's just funny though, like the stupid, awkward crap that the two of them get up to. Anyway, but yeah, basically they like explain the way that Gecko's hierarchy works. You know, like at the bottom they have like the random foot soldiers. You know, the guys in the matching outfits that get beat up by the Super Sentai team on a weekly basis. You know, and then above them you have the sub commanders, which is what the heroine for the story is, the Shinigami Princess, or her real name's Desumi, but basically, you know, so you have the sub commanders like her, they're called like they're all princesses. Like like they're like all the sub commanders are like they call them like the princess class, you know. So you know, so it's like Shinigami Princess, Steel Princess, Heat Princess, Judgment Princess, like, you know, and then let's see, I think there's Blood Princess too. Anyway, but above them in the hierarchy are the monsters, which is kind, you know, it's kind of backwards compared to most Super Sentai shows, because normally you'd have like the field commanders and then you have like the monster of the week that just gets annihilated, you know. But the monsters are like the basically like, you know, like top of the totem pole, and then above the monsters is the leader of the organization, who the aptly named Bosslar.
Bosslar.
Oh man,
One of the best names I've ever heard. Bosslar.
Yeah, Bosslar, like Bosslar sama. Anyway, but yeah, so yeah, it's pretty great. But yeah, but anyway, the monster that is in charge of the squad that that Decimi is on, the Reaper Princess or Shinigami Princess, is it's a monster called Culverine Bear, and it's basically just a giant bear with freaking cannons on its back.
I wish that was me.
Right. But yeah, the princess series are all fun characters, though. Like, oh man, yeah, it's funny because like like you find out that the whole reason that Decimi is working with Gecko in the first place is because her dad was like one of the grunts. And he retired and married her mom, who was also one of the grunts.
Nice.
You know, and so they basically applied to Gecko for her. You know. So yeah, it's like, because he's like, why do you work for them? And she's like, oh well, yeah, my parents applied for me, like, you know, something like that, you know. Yeah. But yeah.
How'd you end up with this job? My parents applied for me.
Yeah, no, it's so funny. Like, just her parents are just, oh my gosh. But yeah, it's pretty funny. Just because it seems like the battle between Gecko and Gelato 5 has been going on for like a really long time, and they just keep replacing members, you know, like as they need to. You know.
Can't even remember why they're fighting.
Well, you know, it's really simple why they're fighting. You know, Gecko wants to take over the world, and Gelato 5 does not want that to happen. So,
cool.
But yeah, it's just funny though. Like, oh man. But yeah, I like the way that they did the last episode. Like, and apparently the manga has more content that the anime didn't cover. But I thought that they did a pretty admirable job with the anime with what content they had. So, you know.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Decimi has a cat. Its name is Helco. Oh man, it's pretty great. Get to hear like the cat's internal monologue. Oh man. Wait. Hang on. Oh, I guess I went too long with that. Crap. Okay. Okay. Oh. God. All right. Sorry, I had to pop my back there. Oh, yikes. That is just getting to it, isn't it? Swear to God. I blame you. This is your fault. All right. All right. There we go. Oh, goodness. Nice and powerful. Jeez. All right. Okay, so we just oh crap. We'll eliminate that. Okay. Maybe we could just get away with little border escape shenanigans. Just do that. Go like so. Just stretch it all the way to the border of the frame. Yeah, I think that works. All right, so okay. All right, that's simple enough. Oh man. Ugh. All right. Okay. Yeah. That turned out pretty nice. Okay. Easy peasy. Oh, come on. Dope. Ah.
Ugh.
Okay, well. Say accomplished a decent amount this stream.
Yeah.
Got the logo and the wand there.
Mm-hmm.
Both look pretty great. Just need to come up with something to put in between now. So the Japanese logo over there and the English one over there. So that'll be fun. Alright. Well, I think that is going to go ahead and do it for this one.
Yeah.
Want to thank everybody so much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed. We will be back to do more moon crafting next week, so look forward to that. And of course, as always, I do hope everybody has a great day. Bye-bye.
Yeah, guys.
Adios.